This is our next edition of the Diabetes Corner, and today we are going to talk all about blood sugar. And we're going to discuss what it is. We're going to talk about what a normal blood sugar is, when we should worry about our blood sugar, and how we check it. All right, so what exactly is blood sugar and why is this important? So, when you eat something, it's going to break down. And that food breaks down and it becomes basically glucose or sugar. And that's important. You need that. Your cells need it. They eat the sugar and it keeps them healthy. The problem is when, for whatever reason, something goes wrong and you end up with too much blood sugar, which can create a lot of damage in the body. So, our goal for you today is to kind of learn what your blood sugar should be at and then what to do if it goes too high or too low. All right, so let's talk about what a normal blood sugar level is. So, best way to check your blood sugar is if you are fasting, meaning you haven't eaten anything in the last 2 hours. Normal blood sugar should be in the green. You see 80 to 100. You can kind of see it also shows what it would normally be after you eat. But I really want you guys to focus on the fasting because that's going to be your true reading. 80 to 100 is what we're looking for. Impaired glucose is the newer word for that now is pre-diabetes, and that has become a big term lately. And we try to help you if you are diagnosed pre-diabetic. That's your numbers right there, anywhere from 101 to 125, and that is something you do need to pay attention to because if you don't, you will end up in the red eventually. It will happen. And we try to work with patients to kind of help them. We actually had a pre-diabetes classes last year where we were successful in getting patients back into the green. So it's very important to try to get back into that green. And then your diabetic numbers, anything 126 or higher would be considered, you'd be diagnosed diabetic. And then at that point, once a diabetic, always a diabetic. Even if we can get you back in the green, you're still going to need to pay attention for the rest of your life. So our goal is to keep you in the green all the time and that you never get to the red. Our goal is if you're in the yellow to get you to the green. When should you worry about it? So if you are diagnosed with prediabetes or diabetes, you should worry because at that point, your blood sugar is higher than it should be. We have programs here that can help you. All you need to do is call us. We can get you set up with some goals and try to get you back to a normal blood sugar of 80 to 100. Other reasons you should worry is if you start to exhibit side effects. And usually patients who have really high blood sugars, we see them with 3 cardinal symptoms of being really, really thirsty, drinking a lot of fluids, and then urinating a lot. Also, too, they may be hungry. And if they're hungry, a lot of times they'll notice that they're not gaining any weight. They might even be losing weight. So how do you know what your blood sugar is? You test and you buy a machine. You can purchase one at pharmacies. We have a variety here at Rock Creek Pharmacy, blood sugar monitors, and these are going to help you to know what your blood sugar is. It's so important because once you know, then you know what to do. How do you check it? Well, you purchase the machine. Now, a lot of times the doctor can write a prescription and we can process that through your insurance if your insurance plan covers the machines. Also, too, we have a whole kit and caboodle. The machine, test strips, lancets, everything for $30. If you come to us, we've got the True Metrics brand, so we can set you up with that. But you need the machine, you need the test strips, which would be specific for the machine you have. And you also need lancets and lancing devices so that you get that blood sample. Basically, it kind of punctures your your finger so that you can get the blood and put it on the strip. Alcohol swabs and band-aids are also very, very important when you're checking so that you make sure you don't end up with an infection. But if you have any trouble with your machine or you need help learning how to use it, you can always come here and we will help you. Other things you can use, other machines that are the newest kind of cutting edge in diabetes is CGMs, or continuous glucose monitors. There's two big brands, Dexcom and the Freestyle Libre. Pretty much, it's whatever the insurance will cover is what's going to be great for you. These are awesome because they have sensors that will measure your blood sugar. You should put the sensor right here on the back of your arm. You can use your phone or a reading device to measure it. You can see which blood sugar is when you go out to eat, whatever. You don't have to worry about checking and having to test and bleed in places that would be inconvenient. You just can hover your phone over the sensor and it will tell you what your blood sugar is. The main differences between these two, Dexcom is, the sensors that they have, it's like 3 sensors per month. They change out every 10 days. The Freestyle Libre 3s are now the most current ones. The 3 pluses are the most current ones, and they are every 15-day changes. So basically, you change that sensor out, every 15 days. So you just need 2 a month on those. It just really, like I said, depends on your insurance, but they're great. And they're all a great way for you to kind of learn how food affects your blood sugar, because that's really the most important thing, I think. And it's a game changer for our patients. If you come to us, we can help get you set up with one of these to help monitor your blood sugar. Thank you guys for listening. So main thing for you to take home today is if you're having any issues at all, we've had several patients in the last few weeks come in with issues, newly diagnosed. We are happy to sit down with you and go through what's going on, try to come up with some goals to help you. Just call us and we can set up an appointment. We can also try to get you whatever monitors or sensors you need to try to help give you that control back in your life, because most patients will come in because they feel very out of control and scared. They don't know how to move forward. So we can help you walk with you do that while you do that. Okay, guys, have a great week. Be safe, and we'll see you next week with the next episode.